Attention please. This upload is only for educational purpose. No intention to infringe copyrights. Learning English with subtitles. GPITRAL. GPITRAL. Definitely a must-see. Follow us.
Thank you very much. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and a very warm welcome to Pointless, the quiz show where popular answers mean nothing and obscure answers mean everything. Let's meet today's players. Well, first, we welcome back Jeremy and Joe. You were on the show last time. Everyone gets 2 chances to reach the final, and this is your last chance. Remind us how you did last time.
We got to the head-to-head, but unfortunately no further, so hopefully one better today.
What are you hoping is going to come up this afternoon?
I would like a bit of film.
Bit of film?
History, maybe?
History, possibly, yes.
History?
Yeah.
Very, very best of luck to the pair of you. It's great to have you back on. And next, we welcome back Shell and Terry. It's also your second chance to reach the Pointless final. Remind us how you did last time.
Not too good. We fell at the first hurdle.
Remind me.
It was a geography question.
Oh, his country's larger than France. Shell, what are you hoping is going to come up this afternoon?
Soaps, celebrities, films.
Soaps, celebrities. What do you think would be Terry's favourite subject?
Sports.
Nature.
Nature.
Very good. OK, well, best of luck to the pair of you. Next, we welcome back Jill and Jed, our third returning couple. You were on the show last time as well. How did you do?
We did OK. We got through to the second round, but unfortunately we got knocked out. So...
Sports films?
Yes. Not my type of film.
Not your... What's your type of film, Jed?
Cheesy flicks and chick flicks, comedies, Disney films.
Disney films. Very good. And what do you do in your spare time, Jill?
Quite like watching a lot of sport. We've got a small share in a racehorse.
A small share in a big racehorse. How's your racehorse doing?
He won second time out at York, and he's subsequently had another couple of wins. So
that's quite a senior horse, isn't it?
Yeah, he doesn't always run well, as our friends will vouch for.
OK, well, very, very exciting indeed. Well, best of luck to the pair of you this afternoon. And finally, we have got Stephen and Samantha. How do you two know each other?
Well, we used to go to school together, and then we kind of lost contact for a few years, and then we got back in contact through the internet, and we've been going out for 3 years now. Did
you go out with each other when you were at school?
No, we were just friends, good friends. So.
Just good friends, Stephen? Really? 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 Really just good friends? Or were you pining all that time, Samantha?
No, we used to distract each other during English, but... Yeah.
Do you still distract each other? You're not going to answer that question. OK, very good. Well, very best of luck. It's great to have you on the show. We'll find out more about all of you throughout the show. There is only one person left for me to introduce. He proudly carries the flag of obscurity on his crusade against the obvious. You would say if these are getting too convoluted, wouldn't you, Richard? He is my pointless friend. He's Richard.
Of course I would say if they were getting too convoluted. They are getting too convoluted. We've got 3 returning pairs today, and they're very strong pairs as well. Shell and Terry, I thought, were very unlucky to be knocked out in the first round, and Terry will be glad to hear there's a nature question up first, so that might help him. Jeremy and Joe went all the way to the head-to-head, very, very strong pair, and Jill and Jed were also very good, so it might be a tough afternoon for Stephen and Samantha. Should be good, though. Question 2, I think, today is going to be carnage. Absolute carnage.
OK, well, thanks very much, Richard. We'll look forward to that. Now, we put all our questions to 100 people before the show, but this is pointless, so we are after the obscure answers that they didn't get. Now, what everyone's trying to do, of course, is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people gave, and each time that happens, we will add 250 quid to the jackpot. Now, nobody won the jackpot last time, so we add another £1,000 to that, so today's jackpot starts off at £6,000. Right, let's play Pointless. Right, in the first round, each of you must give me one answer and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever team has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated. OK, our first category this afternoon is birds. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many ducks as they could. Ducks, Richard.
Yeah, the correct answers here are all UK indigenous birds from the duck family, as listed on the RSPB website. Also ducks that have been introduced to the UK or winter or summer here. To put that more simply, we are looking for ducks.
Thanks very much, Richard. Now then, Jeremy and Joe, you all drew lots before the show, and today you get to go first. In this round, we're going to give you a choice of 7 possible answers on the board in each pass. The first set of 7 potential ducks reads like this. Ruddy duck, goosewing, eider, pintail, teal, smew, goosander. Ruddy duck, goosewing, eider, pintail, teal, smew, goosander. And I can tell you that at least one of those answers is pointless, and at least one of those answers is incorrect. Pick an incorrect one, and you will, of course, score the maximum of 100 points. Now then, Jeremy, do you know your ducks?
Not too well, so I'm going to plump for Ruddy.
Plump for Ruddy.
Yes.
Hope you're not out for a duck.
Indeed, yes.
OK, well, let's see if Ruddy is right, and if it is, let's see how many people said ruddy duck. It's right. Down it goes, 3. Very well done. Lovely low score there, Jeremy, for ruddy duck.
Yeah, well done, Jeremy. They very rarely leave the water, ruddy ducks, because they're very ungainly, poor little things.
Very good. Now then, Terry, we're looking for ducks.
I think I've heard of a smew. I think I've heard of
A smew.
Yeah.
You've heard of a smew.
I think whether it's a duck or not, I'm not sure.
Well, if it is a duck, I reckon it's going to go a long way down. It just has to be a duck. Only one way to find out. Is smew correct? And if it is, how many people said smew? It's right. Very well done, Terry. Down it goes. Oh, fabulous. Smew scores you 1 point. Richard.
Well done, Terry, and I don't need to tell you that it's a compact diving duck with a delicate bill.
I thought so.
You know that. It's a winter visitor from Scandinavia and Russia, the smew.
A non-dom.
A non-dom, exactly. They don't pay UK tax. Smew.
OK, we are looking for ducks. Jed, what are you thinking?
There's a couple up there I recognise.
I tell you what, there's still a pointless answer on that board. At least
I don't want
one
to take any
pointless
risks.
answer.
I think I'll play safe and go teal.
You're going to say teal. Let's see if teal's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said teal. 15, Jed. Not a bad answer, but it's quite high. Richard.
Yeah, the teal. There can be up to 200,000 teal here over the winter. They fly in from the Baltic and Siberia.
Now then, Stephen, we are looking for ducks. That's what we're after. You're the last person to have this board. There is still at least one pointless answer on that board. Do you think you can truffle it out?
Well,
Talk us through the board.
Well, I was going to go for teal, so thanks for that. Well, but I think I've heard of an eider duck, and I'm wary of the ones with goose in the name, because it could be a trick. So it leaves me with pintail, which... Oh, I think it might be a duck because maybe it's the markings on the tail, exaggerates like a pin, perhaps. So I'm going to go pintail.
OK, Stephen, thank you very much. Pintail is what you're saying. Is it right? If it is, how many people said pintail? That's right. Very well done. Pintail scores you 2. So, Richard.
Yeah, pintail, very well done. Very low-scoring round. Long-necked, small-headed ducks, the pintail, with a small tapering tail, which I'm guessing is where they get the name from. Let's take a look at the rest of the answers here. Eider absolutely is a duck. Would have scored you the most points on the board, 23. And what do you think between goosewing and goosander? Which of those do you think is pointless?
I go for goosander as a duck.
Goosander absolutely is a duck, is a pointless answer. Well done if you said that at home. Goosewing, of course, is the mortal enemy of Count Duckula. So it would have been an incorrect answer.
Thanks very much, Richard. OK, well, we're halfway through the round, so let's take a look at those scores. It's been a very low-scoring round. On 1 point, Terry and Shell looking very, very strong indeed. Then up to 2 for Stephen and Samantha. Up to 3, Jeremy and Joe. And then, oh dear, Jed, 15. Normally a lovely low score, but in this instance, that puts you way out in front. We're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 7 more answers on the board. We are looking for ducks, and here they are. Shoveler, mallard, golden-eye, lily-white, tufted duck, velvet scoter, pochard. Shoveler, mallard, golden-eye, lily-white, tufted duck, velvet scoter, pochard. I can tell you that at least one of those answers is pointless, and at least one of those answers is incorrect. Try and avoid the incorrect ones, because they will score you the maximum of 100 points. Now then, Samantha. Stephen did fantastically well there with his
I know, I'm under a
pintail.
lot of pressure. I think I know 2 of them, but I think at least one of them will be quite high. I've got to gamble because I've got to try and go for that pointless. I'm going to go for the last one on the board. Pochard?
Pochard.
Yeah.
OK. There we are. Pochard. Is that a complete guess?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
OK, well, here is your red line. If pochard gets you below that red line, you are through to the next round. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said pochard. Well done, Samantha. Very good answer. You are through to the next round. Very well done indeed. That scores you 3, takes your total up to 5. Pochard, Richard.
Yeah, it's a stocky diving duck. Whoever knew there were so many different types of duck?
Whoever knew.
There's about 80,000 of them in the UK in the winter.
Jill, remember we're looking for ducks. You and Jed are the high scorers on 15. You have to score as low as you possibly can to stay in the game. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking if I go for the one that's the oddest name, that if it is a duck, people won't have been able to remember it. So I'm going to go for velvet scoter.
A velvet scoter. OK, well, let's see if it's right. There's no red line for you because you're the high scorers. Let's see if velvet scoter is a duck, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Good luck. It's right. Exactly what you needed to do. That's a pointless answer. It adds 250 quid to today's jackpot, takes the total up to £6,250, and it scores you nothing, leaving you with a total of 15. Richard?
Yeah, the velvet scoter is a black sea duck, and it winters on our east coast eating shellfish and crabs.
I can think of worse things to do.
It's a nice life, isn't it?
Yeah. Now then, Shell. The high scorers remain Jill and Jed on 15. What are you thinking? How good's your duck knowledge?
The 2 that I did know, obviously they've got.
Right.
So I'm not too sure. Oh, well, apart from the obvious. So I'm looking at, I think, lily-white.
Lily-white. There's your red line. If lily-white is correct and gets you below that red line, you are through to the next round. But is it right? And if it is, how many people said lily-white? Oh, bad luck, Shell. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer, which means you score the maximum of 100 points. Takes your total up to 101.